Welcome. This is our MRS21 Fall 2021 Final Review, question number 5. And again, I hope you've been watching the other videos, and if you need to watch them again, watch them again. No, but I really recommend going back to some practice questions and applying them to see if they work out. And also, all right. And please do not forget to like this video if you find it helpful. Subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Really helps us out. Leave any questions or comments in the comment section below. I really appreciate that. Feedback is always welcome. So in this question, we're going to say, what is a simplified expression written for with positive exponents of x to the negative 1 times y to the fourth over 3 times x to the negative fifth y to the negative first power? All right, so here we have negative exponents compared to the previous problem we had before with fractional exponents. And there are two ways to do this. And so the first method is going to be grouping together the like items because everything is multiplied. There's no adding, subtracting going on here. So I'm going to just put a 1 here. If I see questions like this, I kind of rewrite them as just grouping together all the like bases in this case, like variables, like like numbers in this case, like the 1/3 I put together as a fraction, x to the negative first power over x to the negative fifth power. I put all the x's together, and I put all the y's together, y to the fourth over y to the negative first power. So this is one technique we can use. And in this technique, we're going to just simplify. We know the 1/3 is still the 1/3, and we are going to apply, in this case, for the x to the negative 1 over x to the negative 5 as x to the negative 1 minus negative 5. So negative 1 minus negative 5 is really x to the fourth power. Okay, so that's what we get for the x negative 1 over x negative 5. Okay, the next thing is the y. And so for the y, again, we divide two numbers in base, we keep the base, so y, and we are going to, in this case, subtract the exponent numerator minus the exponent denominator. And so 4 minus negative 1 is y to the fifth. And these are these in this case over 1. So we end up getting in this situation 1/3 times x to the fourth times y to the fifth, or x to the fourth times y to the fifth over 3. And that's our answer. Now, is there another way to do this? Sure. So, and the great thing about this video, you can go back and watch this over again. I'm going to erase this here. Like, oh, no, don't erase it. That's okay. You can rewind the video and see how it worked out again. So I'm going to erase this here. Okay, and I'll leave the answer here as well, too. So, all right. So here I rewrite anything with a negative exponent as something with a positive exponent. And so I have now x to the negative 1 is really 1 over x times y over y to the fourth over 1. And 1 is just times 1, so I don't have to worry about that. And so now for my denominator, I have 3. X to the negative fifth is 1 over x to the positive fifth, because the idea is that any number written to a negative exponent is really the same thing as 1 over that same number with a positive exponent. So y to the negative 1 is really 1 over y to the first power. So my numerator looks like y to the fourth over x. And my denominator looks like 3 over x to the fifth y. And now I'm going to take this answer here and hopefully, oops, I'm going to take this answer here. All right, and I'm going to shrink it down, move to the corner here, and hopefully get the same answer in this case. Okay, so then I'm going to do this here. I'm really having, in this case, our numerator divided by denominator. So we see when we see fractions, really division. So we have y to the fourth over x divided by 3 over, that's division. Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My handwriting is terrible. X to the fifth times y. Okay? Because 3 is 3 over 1. When you multiply fractions, numerator has numerator, denominator has denominator. Okay? All right. And so now, one of the things we talked about, like we've learned how to divide fractions, we use the whole idea of keep, change, flip. We keep the first number the same. So this becomes, the first number is y to the fourth over x. We're going to change our division to multiplication and then take the reciprocal or flip, keep, change, flip the second fraction. And so now we have x to the fifth times y over 3. So when we multiply, we end up getting x to the fifth, and y to the fourth times y, the first power is y to the fifth, over 3x. Now we're almost done because we can simplify this x to the first power and x to the fifth power as 1 and x to the fourth. So we end up getting, in this case, sorry, it's a 4. I'm getting x to the fourth times y to the fifth over 3, which is exactly the same thing we got previously. Now, why do I show this method? I just want to make sure that you guys understand this idea of negative exponents, what they mean, and so I got a chance to talk about this, as well as dividing fractions. All right, so this idea of a complex fraction, a fraction within a fraction. Our technique is basically very similar. We're going to simplify the numerator, simplify the denominator, and then do the numerator, divide by denominator, and then multiply through, and then simplify from there on. Both work out fine, and whichever you're most comfortable with is definitely something that you should consider, right? But both are fine ways to do these things. And that's it, ladies and gentlemen. I hope you found this helpful. You got to the end of the video. Hope you watch it. Hopefully, watching it was helpful. Please share the video for those to people you know who really would need some help with this stuff. Okay, and again, go back to some of the homework problems we've done before to practice. Thanks so much for watching, everybody, and I ask that you have not subscribed yet, please subscribe, give this video a like, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. All right, love to hear from you guys. Take care. Be safe.